Hello everyone, this is a very interesting story about Krishna explaining what exactly the Kaliyuga is to Pandavas. Please do watch full video and subscribe, like, share. As per Srimad Bhagavata Gita on ninth day of Mahabharat war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, the third yuga which is Dwapara yuga had ended and the last yuga which is the Kaliyuga had begun. However, because of the power of Lord Krishna, Kali could not spread throughout the earth and was restricted to the battlefields and war grounds. Although the full effect of Kaliyuga started after the demise of Sri Krishna, Krishna knew very well what would Kaliyuga bring along. As per Uddhava Gita Srimad Bhagavatam, once four Pandavas, Arjuna, Bhima, Nakul and Sahadev, asked Krishna what is Kaliyuga. Krishna smiled and said, "Let me demonstrate to you the situation of Kaliyuga." He took a bow and 4 arrows and shot them in 4 directions, and ordered the 4 Pandavas to go and bring them back. Each of 4 Pandavas went in the 4 different directions to search for the arrows. When Arjuna picked an arrow, he heard a very sweet voice. He turned around and saw a cuckoo singing in a spellbinding voice, but was also eating flesh of a live rabbit. Arjuna was very surprised to see the gory act by such a divine bird. He left the place immediately. Bhima picked an arrow from a place where 5 wells were situated. The 4 wells surrounding a single well. The 4 wells were overflowing with a very sweet water, as if they were not able to hold water, and surprisingly, the well in the middle of these 4 overflowing wells was completely empty. Bhima was also puzzled at this sight. On the other hand, Nakula was returning to the place after picking up the arrow. He stopped at a place where a cow was about to give birth. After giving birth, the cow started licking the calf, but continued to lick it even after the calf was clean. With great difficulty, people were able to separate them, and by that time the calf was injured badly. Nakula was puzzled by the behavior of such a calm animal. Sahadeva picked an arrow which fell near a mountain and saw a big boulder falling. The boulder was crushing the rocks and the big trees on its way, but the same boulder was stopped by a small plant. Sahadeva was also amazed at this sight. The 4 Pandavas returned to Lord Krishna with the arrows. They placed the arrows at Lord Krishna's feet and requested him to explain the meaning of the mysterious sights that each of them had witnessed. Lord Krishna smiled and began explaining. To the first scenario of Arjuna, Krishna says, in Kaliyuga, the pious men and saints will be like the cuckoo. They will always have sweet words, but they will exploit and inflict pain on the followers, like the cuckoo was doing to the poor rabbit. Lord Krishna continued, in Kaliyuga, the poor and the rich will live in the same locality. The rich will be overflowing with fortune, yet they will not spare a single coin to help the poor, like the dry well received not a drop of water from the surrounding wells that were overflowing with water. Lord Krishna looked at Nakula and said, in Kaliyuga, parents will love their children so intensely that they will end up spoiling them. In the same manner, the cow destroyed its calf by licking it too much. The attachment with the children will be so much that their parents will become blind to all other relationship in their lives. To Sahadeva, Lord Krishna said, the people of Kaliyuga will rush to their doom like the boulder you saw. Large trees are symbolic of assets in life like relatives, family, friends and wealth. None of these will help them escape doom. The plant stands for the name of God. A weak but faithful recalling of God's name will help him escape his doom. A dialogue between Krishna and Goddess Ganga found in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana also describes the first 10,000 years of Kaliyuga. In this dialogue, Ganga asks Krishna what will her situation be when Kaliyuga arises. Krishna asks Ganga to remain on earth for 5,000 years of Kaliyuga. He says during Kaliyuga the Lord remains on earth for the first 10,000 years. Till that time, the images of the God and the scripture beside the Puranas are also adored. For half that period, which is first 5,000 years, Ganga and all other holy places would enjoy their sanctity, and during that period, the village deities would be worshipped besides the intellectual and the Vedas. But later the world loses all its righteousness. People are corrupt and perform evil on a daily basis. People will fight over petty things like religion and land. Diseases and afflictions plague every human. No one knows the Vedas, its entirety and its true essence. Even hard work refuses to pay good results, and people perform bad deeds, sit on the top of the societal ladder. People will not think twice before cutting down trees or destroying groves. Even though having the outward appearance of saints, people will indulge in trade and commercial activity. Whoever has money will be considered of noble birth and as having good qualities. The one who has power in his hands will be able to steer the course of justice in his favor. The one who lacks money cannot bribe will be deprived of justice by the court. People will consider far-off water bodies as pilgrimage but neglect pilgrimages near to them. For example, living with parents and serving them. Brahmins will start performing the task which otherwise Shudras are supposed to perform. Brahmins will abstain from sacrifices and the study of Vedas. When the end of Kaliyuga is near, the Kshatriyas will be the thorns of the world. They will not protect others. People will stop making offerings to their ancestors. Men will have a shorter lifespan and be feeble in strength. They will be weak in energy and valor. Under the burden of excess taxation, householders will turn into robbers. In ashramas, brahmacharis will indulge in evil conduct and pander to the desires of the world. The ashrams will be full of show-offs who are experts in art of living off the food of others. When Kaliyuga degenerates even further, people who follow dharma are seen to have an even smaller life. Towards the end of Kaliyuga, the young one acts like the old. The conduct that suits the young is seen in the old. The old will think like children and the young will have the intelligence of the old. In Kaliyuga, people abbreviate the truth. Because of this harm done to the truth, lifespans are shortened. Men will rob possession of others, even that of widows. Men will happily accept gifts given even by the evil. Men will be addicted to the meat and liquor and will be weak in dharma. The only mark of evil will be poverty.